Lies, lies, lies. We live in a world of lies. That's what Nelson Nash used to say when he spoke at the seminars we hosted on the infinite banking concept. Only he would say it in his authentic Southern accent. And then to prove his point, he would then give his audience a pop quiz. Here's a few of the questions he asked. How long did the 100 Years' War last? Which country makes Panama hats? What's a camel's hairbrush made of? And what is the color of a black box in a commercial airplane? There were always chuckles during the test because the audience rightly suspected the answers weren't intuitive. But Nelson was right. We do live in a world of lies. We park on driveways, we drive on parkways, and trucks deliver shipments and ships haul cargo. At this time in our nation, we find history being rewritten. We find scientists abandoning the principles of science, the rise of pseudoscience, and the words of the English language are being redefined right and left. My dad had 3 plaques he had inherited from his brother, and he had them on the wall of his study. And they were in 3 different sizes, but they all had one single word on them. Think. Think, think, think. It's important to think through what we hear and what we read, and we must think with a filter of truth and wisdom to discern of what we're being told is truthful. Because there are lies and liars in abundance. Lies happen in politics, medicine, entertainment, business, finance, religion, anywhere men and women are, there we have the evils of human nature. As you can expect, the financial world and the insurance industry also have those who tell lies. Several years ago, a broker told us that he tells his clients that the insurance companies use different kinds of financial calculators than what are available to the public. In saying this, he revealed his incompetence to us in being able to adequately address his clients' questions. He either doesn't know how to figure the answers, or he doesn't like the answers that are derived from the figuring, or at least he doesn't think those answers will appeal to his clients. When I recently told an IUL salesman his prospective client was concerned about the guaranteed values of the policy illustration disappearing and causing her policy to lapse, I received a lecture on how guaranteed values are required to be shown, but they are not what the client gets. He said policy owners always get more than the guaranteed values. Now that's a nice thought, but who backs up that statement? The insurance company showed in writing that they don't back up the guaranteed values to last past a certain number of years. The buyer will sign that illustration when they purchase the policy. So how could the client be assured the policy values will last? There are also dishonest agents who sell whole life insurance. Whole life insurance can be a great financial tool when used properly, and it's good enough as it is without making up lies about it. Just like a hammer is a great tool for pounding nails in wood, in the wrong hands, it can work destruction. This is evidenced by thugs who use hammers to bash panes of glass. They use a great tool, but they put it to a foul use. Recently, I saw an agent was claiming that when you borrow from a life insurance policy for an investment transaction, you don't have to pay capital gains on your investment. That would be nice if it were true, but this is wrong. Borrowing money against your life insurance policy may allow for a tax write-off, but it doesn't disregard capital gains on investments. Since we live in a world of lies, how can we nullify their effects on our lives? First of all, we have to think. Think, think, think. See if what you're told is consistent with what you see and what you know. If you're learning something new, you may not have a lot to compare it to, but it should follow basic principles of life that you do know about. Understand what is guaranteed and what is an investment. Investments, by their very definition, mean that you could lose money. We also have to consider motives. What is our motive in believing or not believing something to be true? Do we desire an outcome so much that we're willing to overlook the authenticity of the process or the probability of the outcome? What is the motive of the person conveying the information we're considering? Examining character is another thing to consider. What is the character of the person presenting information? Do they treat you respectfully? Are you being flattered? Are they consistent? Do they have a good reputation? Some lies include indoctrination. In our society, we've learned many indoctrination issues about what we can't and shouldn't do. And we're led to believe we have to trust the experts. We see that in many areas, including healthcare, the education of our children, the management of our finances. Finally, consider this question. Who cares most about the money God has put into your hands? You. When you recognize God gave you the ability to earn the money you have, you should also realize that He can give you the ability to manage it. Ask Him for wisdom. You don't have to be afraid of doing something different than everybody else or disregarding the so-called experts. But think it through so you don't thwart your purpose and get caught in snares of lies. At Life Benefits, we help you understand the guaranteed benefits of whole life insurance. Call us at 702-660-7000. Oh, and here are the answers to those quiz questions at the beginning. How long did the 100 Years' War last? 116 years. What country makes Panama hats? Ecuador. And what's a camel's hair brush made of? Squirrel fur. And finally, the color of the black box in a commercial airplane? Orange. And as Nelson Nash would have said, orange, of course.